Hello everyone, welcome to Res Snapper. My name's MJ and this is Snap or Pass. Today we're looking at Lunar Snow. She's a 3/5. On reveal, add an ice cube to each side of this location, and an ice cube is a 1/0. At the start of each turn, get +1 energy, then destroy this if your side is full here. So we're going to be looking at the Spotlight week that she is in and alongside. We're going to be talking about the mechanics of the card, give you some cool deck ideas and all the other fun stuff. You can use the chapters below if you want to skip to a specific section, but I would just implore you not to do that and click subscribe instead if you're new. Wow, let's talk about sorry, that was weird and sarcastic. Anyway, right, so the Spotlight week that Lunar Snow is in, she's alongside Lady Deathstrike and X23. In fact, the newly dropped X23 to Series 4. This is not the best week, to be honest, guys. It's a low value week because they're both Series 4, and Lady Deathstrike is good, I suppose. X23, X23 is great. X23 is a staple of Destroy. They're just old cards and it's a low value week, so it's not the best. It's fine. They could be worse cards. They're just both Series 4. But let's move on to the mechanics of Lunar Snow. This is a mental one, guys. I'm definitely going to be watching both Tucker and Drewski's. They do similar videos to this, right? Snap or Pass. I think they do respectively like buy or bust and snap or skip, right? So I'm going to be watching their videos intensely because this is a difficult card to evaluate and I sort of don't have a clue if... Why are you saying that? Why? I'll tell you what. I'm going to name 2 of my competitors, fellow community members, but hey, go and watch their videos. They're probably bloody better. They probably know what they're talking about. And then say how shit my videos are. What are you doing? I think that Lunar Snow is going to fit really nicely into these particular archetypes. Ramp, Zoo, Clog, and combo decks. Of course, combo decks typically want to have some extra energy to flex. It's going to be very interesting how she gives your opponent that extra energy too, though. And there are ways that you can manipulate that, but there's little that can stop them getting at least that one extra energy. But we will talk about the ways that you can. So it's one of the most interesting cards they've ever released. It mixes elements of Ramp, Clog, and this mutual reciprocal benefit that you're both getting, but then that element is manipulatable. It's so interesting. It's the highest tempo ramp card at a somewhat solvable, with a somewhat solvable downside. So obviously the downside is you're giving them extra energy, which, let's be very clear, this is a huge downside, but you can stop that in later turns, which is interesting. And it's also very important to note that Ice Cube's trigger to destroy itself is at the start of the turn. It's not an automatic thing like with White Widow. That's a very important note. So, the pros of Lunar Snow. She is ramp without dropping tempo. Generally speaking, whenever you're ramping, you are dropping tempo. Now, you could be dropping tempo by things like if you're doing Wiccan, you're probably playing Quicksilver. That's like a fairly low tempo play. Although that's actually the best example of not dropping tempo, because with cards like Electro, you're literally playing out a 3/3 card. Or even with Hope, she's a 3/4. She's below the power that you want to be playing, and hopefully you use the later ramping to actually dish out more power. She allows 2 card combos that previously were harder, so things like Hope and Electro, they ramp on the next turn or via Hope, or they have restrictions in place like being able to only play 1 card. So Lunar Snow is going to be a bit more flexible in that regard, I think. And the Ice Cubes can be utilised differently for different situations. As I said, she's kind of this sort of Clog card, especially with the fact that the Ice Cube doesn't destroy until the start of your next turn. So that's going to be very crucial. Cons. Your opponent might benefit from the extra energy even more than you. So you might have your plan and you're planning to do this awesome stuff and crazy stuff, and maybe you try and destroy their Ice Cube, but actually giving them that extra energy might allow them to do something crazy. The downside is huge. You're giving your opponent, I don't know what this action is, but you're giving your opponent more resource. Yeah, you're giving them more resource, you're giving them the ability to do lots of stuff. And if you do go down the route of trying to nullify their Ice Cube, that costs energy in itself, so why are you even ramping to do that? Because there might be an extra benefit in the later turns, but it's just something to weigh up. And if you want to stop your opponent from getting extra energy, you can only do so after they've got at least 1 energy, and more likely won't be able to do that until the next turn. So basically what I'm trying to say is, for example, one thing that you could do is Electra or Red Guardian on the next turn, but no matter what happens, they're always getting that 1 energy because the destroy is not automatic like White Widow. Now actually, if you on turn 4, if you do Lunar Snow and then Electra, that actually will stop them getting the extra energy, so maybe you can think about that one. Let's talk about the locations. Just a couple, just a handful here. So good locations. Eternity Range. This is good because it's kind of mixing the clog on your opponent's side, and you're playing a high-ish tempo play of Lunar Snow. So you could clog them, especially if they've already got something in that location, and it is turn 3. You can actually get the ice cube to melt or get destroyed almost immediately. So that's really good. Clubhouse. Basically, Lunar Snow is going to be able to fill a location, and Clubhouse wants to be filled, so that's why that's good. And Altar of Death is interesting. It's almost not even good. I'm more presenting it as interesting rather than good. But it's going to... You play Lunar Snow into it, you get destroyed so you get the extra +2, but you've also got +1 from the Ice Cube, which is fairly unlikely to even get destroyed. And you might be able to buff it as well, so very interesting. Bad. The Space Throne is hogswash. Hogswash, right? Because you play Lunar Snow into it. You don't add a cube for yourself, so you don't get the extra energy. Yes, you do add a cube for your opponent, but that will get destroyed at the start of next turn. So, yeah, it sucks ass. Muir Island. Muir Island's kind of bad because you play Lunar Snow into it. The Ice Cube soaks up all this energy, and then more often than not, you probably want to play another card or another couple cards into Muir Island, and the Ice Cube can get destroyed. So that's kind of bad. I mean, it's not always the end of the world. It kind of might be alright, because it can actually be good to get a couple of cards into Muir Island early. If you've got other ways to get energy into there, maybe it will actually power into there. Maybe it will be a good thing, but yeah. And Bar Sinister is terrible because you fill up your location and basically the ice cubes get destroyed almost immediately. I mean, I guess your location summons a ice cube and then fills the rest of that location. So your ice cube gets 1 extra energy next turn but then gets destroyed. And your opponent gets +4. +4 energy next turn. Or +3 even. Actually, they get +3 and they can play something into it to just destroy the ice cubes. Yeah, no, it's bad. Unless you like armor. No, I don't know. No, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know, it's interesting actually. It'll be one to keep an eye on. Right, key synergies and other deck ideas for you. Okay, I've just come to edit this video and realised that I missed the counters section. So let's talk about the counters. Electra, not only can you use her to your advantage to destroy their ice cube, but do be aware of encountering an Electra against you. Cosmo, naturally, Lunar Snow is a non-reveal, so she's going to stop the ice cube being formed. Killmonger, of course, is going to destroy all the ice cubes. And Red Guardian is going to be able to target the ice cube, bring the ice cube down to what, like a -2, and then it's just sitting there, taking up not only space, but also with -2. So Red Guardian's going to be actually proper deadly against Lunar Snow. Anyway, now let's move on to the key synergies and deck ideas for you. We've discussed her. Electra. Is this going to be the best Electra combo in the game? I mean, it probably is actually. It probably literally is the best Electra combo in the game, because at the moment Electra is not exactly a thing, is it? Armor is going to be cool because you can play the armor down and it will stop the ice cube or cubes from being destroyed. You might not always want to stop your opponent's one from being destroyed, of course, but maybe you do if you're trying to clog them. Silver Surfer, yeah, ramp is always just good with Silver Surfer. We actually talked on yesterday's video, the Galacta video. In fact, we actually had this exact deck here, Cosmic Waves, which is a Surfer deck. We'll talk about it a bit more in a minute, or you can just look at the previous video. Red Guardian, again, sort of works alongside Surfer as well, but Red Guardian is going to be able to stamp out the ice cube, so you get to afflict them with -2, but also take away their extra energy, so that's going to be really cool. Hope Summers, I think Hope and Luna are going to have natural synergy because they're both ramp cards, and any deck where you've got both of them means it just gains extra consistency. And how about Hobgoblin? On turn 4, you'll actually have 5 energy, so you can send the Hobgoblin over at that same location destroy, hopefully, maybe, destroy the ice cube, and happy days. And how about hell... Sorry, I just realised, just tried to like bridge into just talking about the decks. Yeah, I'm losing my mind as per normal. Anyway, right, deck ideas for you. Hell Hath Frozen. This is our Clog style deck. So we've got in here, we have got that Hobgoblin combo that we talked about. Because we've got Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, we've also got Hope Summers, so that might be nice as well. We like to play stuff that can go across to the other side in that style of deck. We're often going to be playing a couple of cards in a turn, with cards like Hawkeye Kate Bishop in here and our ramp cards. That means we're often going to be playing two, so Thena makes a lot of sense. We have got that Red Guardian because we've also got a couple of weird tricks, interesting tricks in this deck with Red Guardian and Armor actually, because you've also got White Widow. So the White Widow can work with Armor or with Red Guardian, and you've also got the Red Guardian and the Red Guardian and Armor who also work with the trick which we talked about for Lunar Snow. So there's actually some really nice lines here. And then the thing you'll notice, which is a bit weird and off kilter here, is the Nick Fury. We haven't got any 6-cost cards in the deck, but we have got ramp cards, so I think we want some extra resource. Try and clog a location, and then we'll just muster together a win with the ramp and the 6 costs and maybe some extra vibes. And of course we've got debris in here as well, and we might get an acid arrow from Hawkeye. So I think this is probably the most promising spot for Luna. Try and take away their freedom. You can't take their dignity, or what did he say in Braveheart? It probably was that. Anyway, Cosmic Waves. This is basically a surfer deck. The idea is you've got a couple of ramp cards. You've got Luna and Hope, which basically allows you to do a 4-cost and a 3-cost card on the final turn, which might be something like a Absorbing Man after Brood into Surfer, for example. That's something that you can do. But there's just other buff cards that work together with everything here. You've got Sebastian Shaw and Brood are the main ones that you want to get buffed. And you've also got Galacta, Fastos and Okoye to achieve that as well. And the extra energy just lets you achieve more. And then finally, how about Cool Value? This is kind of like a rampish, silky smooth style deck, or around these parts we call it in the club. We call it in the club because in the club you mingle. Mingle rhymes with Pringle, and Pringles come in a stack. And that's what you want to do with this particular deck. You want to stack cards in the same location because you've got Hope in here. Again, we've always got this dual Hope and Luna contingency plan. But you've got Vision, you want to move these cards out of here. You've got the other movers like Nightcrawler and Jeff. But with this particular deck, with the tweaks and differences to the normal silky smooth style stuff, is we have actually got the Electra in here for that Lunar Snow combo. We've got Gwenpool because we think we're going to be able to play quite a lot of cards actually. We've got a little bit of generation with Hawkeye, and we've got our final turn endgame playoffs with Eliath and Gore. Star ratings. Overall, what do I actually think of Lunar Snow? You might have thought that thus far I've been kind of positive. And I have given her 3.5, but more so, I just think she's fascinating and weird. I'm not 100% sure how close to the mark I'm going to be with this. I think within the archetypes she fits into, I think she'll be fine. Like 3 stars is kind of like a very loose good. I think she'll be good. Oh, what was the extra thing in there? I come in. My name is Spock. I come in peace. I come in peace. Nah. 2 in the pink one. And nah. I think she will be fun. I think full stop. Sorry, I just spat on my lip. Getting overexcited there. I do actually think she'll be pretty fun. I think it'll be fun to both get extra energy and almost fun to see what your opponent cooks with extra energy. And clogging is kind of fun. Adding cards is fun. Don't forget, guys, Lunar Snow brings with her 2 other cards. So you're adding a board presence of 3 cards. Hey, if you get a gold split on Lunar Snow, that's going to look pretty cool. Pun intended. And competitive, I put 3.5. I think she might actually do alright, even though she's weird. I'm not sure. But ultimately, is she a snap or pass? Guys, I have to say that she's a pass. Like, I have to say she's a pass. Oh, God, I don't know. Basically, the Spotlight week that she is in is poor, right? It's like it's not the best. It's low value, and there's too much uncertainty around Luna Snow. I'm just not sure about her. I'm insanely conflicted though. I want her. I want Gore. I can't afford them all. I just realised I want the bloody variant for Penny Parker, which obviously we'll talk about next week. Like, of those three, I'm 100% definitely getting Penny Parker. I'm not sure about the other few. Gore is just, you know, really good and really good in negative and stuff. But if you want a big boy, you've already got Red Hulk. You've already got Blob. Luna Snow, you've already got Hope. I don't know. Anyway, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear. And like I say, go and check out Tucker and Drewski's videos for a better idea of what this card is all about. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.